And welcome to the Geeks Justice Podcast YouTube channel. This is a show where we talk about shows, movies, video games, news, trailers, and cool stuff we see during the week. I am your host, Editor Prez. I am by myself this week. So let's just get right into it. There's a bunch of stuff. I cut a bunch of stuff for time as well. So let's get into it. Let's start off with the sad news, T's and P's. I didn't have a chance to get it in last week, but we have lost Earl Simmons, aka DMX. This might be late news to you. He did pass away last week on Friday. He passed away with an overdose. Because of an overdose, and that led to a heart attack. He was on life support. They took him off life support, and he did pass away. He was 50 years old. So let's give a big ow for DMX. He was young, man, 50 years old. That one sucks. The world's still been mourning over that one. And the latest T's and P's is that Miss Helen McCrory, she passed away at the age of 52. She was best known for her work in Peaky Blinders and in the Harry Potter films. She played Draco Malfoy's mother. She also passed away due to cancer at the age of 52. So T's and P's to them. They will be missed. Yeah, that's the worst segment, man. I don't like T's and P's. I don't like T's and P's because it's bad news. But at the same time, we need to shine a light to these people because we're going to miss them, man. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get into some news. This one should be no surprise, actually. I wasn't that shook, but it made sense. Mario Kart 8 is the best-selling racing game in U.S. history. So, with it both releasing for the Wii U and the Switch, the sales of those two combined, but mostly Switch, Mario Kart 8 is officially the best-selling racing game in U.S. history, usurping the pole position from Mario Kart Wii. It is a vastly superior game to the Wii one. I guess I'm trying to figure out what would be, other than the Mario Kart franchise, what would be the franchise that would go toe-to-toe with Mario Kart. I guess the Need for Speed, but just because there's been so many entries. But maybe a Gran Turismo. Maybe the latest Gran Turismo. I don't know how big Forza is as well. There's been a bunch of entries for Forza, but I don't know if there's like a lot. It might be third behind Gran Turismo and Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8 is great, man. It made sense that this is not no news is going to shook you, right? Mario Kart was, I think it was there for the Wii as a launch title, I believe. And then with all the extra stuff, you get to ride as Link, you get to ride as Isabella, I think, from Animal Crossing. It's just tons of fun. And I recently reviewed Crash Team Racing on What You Doing, and I couldn't help myself but to compare Mario Kart and Crash Team Racing. And I did say in last week in that video that growing up, you were either a Crash Team Racing guy or a Mario Kart guy. Us over here, we were Mario Kart guys. It's just so more accessible for people, I believe. Crash Team Racing, I won't be able to sit down and play it with my little nephew. I think it's too complicated for him, but I have sat down and whooped my little nephew's ass on Mario Kart and left him crying like a little bitch. And I like to do that. That's fun. But he comes in second place, or he's competitive because Mario Kart, Nintendo just makes it fun for everybody. But that little fuck will never beat me in anything in his life, so that's fine. Shout outs to him. But other things that's also breaking records and making history. And this one did shook me a little bit, but the PlayStation 5 has become the fastest selling console again in U.S. history. The Switch continued its reign as the best selling platform up until March 2021, but based on its first 5 months of the PlayStation 5, it is the fastest selling console in U.S. history in both units and dollar sales. this was via MPD group. It is wild because there's still, and I'm included, and most of my family members are included, there's still a lot of people out there without PlayStation 5s. I'm shook. I don't know what the exact number is. But I guess the selling point of $500 per unit, that's kind of like why that helps sales in terms of numbers. But units moved, there's a shortage in parts, and then there's a lot of people out there like myself that is missing or needs or wants a PlayStation 5. It needs. I just heard Bubble say that in my head. That it's almost contradictory. Like, the sales for this is going to go even crazy. Because what percentage do you guys think of people out there that are eventually going to have a PlayStation 5 or right now have a PlayStation 5? Does that make sense? Does that question make sense? Leave a comment down below in the YouTubes, or wherever you find this podcast, and you can slide in our DMs as well. Like, what percentage of people that are ultimately going to have a PlayStation 5 have PlayStation 5s? Like, what percentage of their final sales are they at right now? 25 maybe? That sounds like a lot. I don't know. But everybody's going to want this thing. A new update recently came out for it, making the fan not sound, the making the fan noise, reducing the fan noise performance, amongst other things. But that is crazy. Where the Xbox Series X though? Shots fired. But staying in the PlayStation realm, news came out that a Days Gone 2 pitch was rejected by Sony. Days Gone 1, for y'all who haven't still played it, it was a little rocky. I'm not gonna lie. There was some glitches and stuff here and there. It's not perfect, but it is a definitely, even with all those faults, because I think I played it like a month or two after release. It is fun. It's a post-apocalyptic world where there's a bunch of zombies, and you play as Deacon something, I forget his name, and you're trying to reunite with your girlfriend, but you have a bike, and the bike is a very pivotal part in the gameplay. You have to maintain the bike, you have to fill it up with gas, which at some point parts became kind of annoying, where you're trying to get to point A to point B, but you're running out of gas. You have to go get a canister, fill up the gas, come back. It was all in all, it was a fun game. If you have a PlayStation 4, is it a must? I guess they do lump it in. Sony does lump it in as a must play or a PlayStation hit or whatever you want to call it, a flagship game for the PlayStation 4. Will I pull it there myself? I mean, come to mind, you got the God of Wars, you got the Uncharted's. I guess Days Gone, yes, I have mentioned Days Gone being in my top 10. So I am a little bummed that a Days Gone 2 was shut down, but Days Gone game director Jeff Ross revealed that when Sony Bend pitched its sequel idea to PlayStation, it involved a shared universe with co-op play. That would have been fun. A bunch of deacons or a bunch of your own character, a la probably The Division, kinda. That would make sense. And you're, hey homie, I'm running out of gas, come and help me. And then here goes your friend, fill up the tank of gas. That would have been cool. Run around, do horde of zombies missions. That would have been fun. But a heavily, like a very good story mode would need to be in that. It wouldn't, if it was just an online thing, I don't think it would have done very well. But if it was you improve on everything, on the glitches, and you improve on stuff that was universally disliked from the first one, and you do something different with the story, you change the story, or a whole different guy, because that world, this zombie world, was interesting. I think it's Seattle, if I'm not mistaken, or I'm confusing it with Last of Us. I might be confusing it with Last of Us. It was very fun to run around and drive around the motorcycles. It's fun. But one of the main reasons, some other report that came out, why the pitch got shut down is because Sony's kind of focusing more on their AAA titles, and they're going all in on that, on their Uncharted's, on their God of Wars, on their like I said, flagship games, which is kind of contradictory to what I'm saying, because I believe Days Gone was a flagship for the PlayStation 4. Maybe they didn't think so because the sales, well, it did perform pretty well in the sales department. Hopefully we will see a Days Gone later down the road. Also, because they're focusing on AAA, their AAA franchises, Naughty Dog has no new Jak and Daxter games planned. This is from Evan Wells, who was asked by Insomniac's Ted Price. He said, I hate to break it to them, but we do not have Jak and Daxter here in development right now, but we still love the characters, and I see what you guys at Insomniac are doing with Ratchet, and that makes me wish that we did. We would have in development because there is still a lot of love for Jak and Daxter in the studio. This was by co-president of Naughty Dog, Evan Wells. I recently, in the past year or so, gone back and played the original Jak and Daxter. It was pretty good. It still kind of holds up if you go in with the mindset that you're playing a early PlayStation 2 platformer. I enjoyed it. I would love a remake or a reboot, which they did for the PlayStation 3, but still, a fresh coat of paint, a la Crash, a la Spyro, I wouldn't mind that, and that would sell like crazy. But he did not deny that. What he's denying here is no new games. But I feel like there's definitely a trilogy. You can even throw the racing one, whatever that is, Jak X or whatever. When they start getting crazy, in the mix of a collection, I could definitely see a Jak and Daxter trilogy collection coming in, and it would do gangbusters. I believe I would bet all my crypto on that. But a new one, I'm not personally bummed. The only reason why I went back and played the first one, I still haven't played the other two, is because I owned the first one for the longest time, but my stupid ass for the PlayStation 2 didn't have a memory card, so really couldn't progress after the first couple levels. Unless you sit down and try to grind for however long the game is, 10 hours, 12 hours straight, you're not going to do it. And I wasn't smart enough to leaving it on, because there's, when you're sharing it, people want to go play Madden, go play other stuff. So I recently, as a bucket list, went back and beat it. I had a good time with it. I liked it. I did enjoy it. It was fun. I do want to I played it through the PlayStation 4 with the downloading it, so it had a little fresh coat of paint and didn't look completely ass. It wasn't bad. I do want to go back and play the 2 and 3, which I never got a chance to get my paws on it. But a new one, I wouldn't be excited. I would be more excited for the trilogy. That'd be dope. You put it in front of more people. I think that's what happened, obviously, with Crash and Spyro. It sparked new interest for these franchises that have been around for a while now. And Jak and Daxter isn't as new as those other two. I don't think they have a giant place in history, in the history books. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. In the Naughty Dog verse, I guess they do. But you think of Naughty Dog mascots, you think of Crash before you think of them. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited though, for the trilogy, which is definitely coming. It's a rumor, but you know how rumors go. If enough people bitch and complain about it, it eventually happens, right, Snyder? All right, let's get into something that is not a rumor. I know a gang bust, like shit, millions of nerds are waiting for this. And it's the Amazon's Lord of the Rings series that is alleged to be coming straight to Amazon Prime, Amazon Plus. But facts are coming out of it that it's costing $465 million for one season. Amazon's Lord of the Rings series is going to cost a smog's fortune to make. This is from GameSpot. The first season of Amazon's highly anticipated Lord of the Rings show will cost just around $465 million to produce. This is considerably higher than the $500 million that was initially reported as the cost of the first two seasons. So they're almost doubling their budget. Amazon will be gaining a considerable tax rebate of US $114 million. I am low-key, high-key excited for this show. I would like to see what it looks like. I want to see what the the tales that will ensue, because obviously the Lord of the Rings books are extensive and crazy, and you have like over 10 hours of content just in the movies. Has it been reported that it's different? Because you say Lord of the Rings and people automatically think of the movies, but there's a bunch of books everywhere, Tolkien projects that I wonder if this is going to be the books. I remember saying that it was. I can't remember. I talk so much every week about bullshit. Either way, I'm pretty stoked. I know Felix is waiting in the wing for this. But $465 million in just one season. I don't understand how the streaming platforms make their money, man. If you have $500 million to invest in a season, but it's telling me it's going to be dope. It's telling me there's a good budget. It's telling me it's not going to look CW. It's telling me it's not going to look aka. It's already CW. We crashed on CW so hard. Hey, but they did it themselves, man. I was watching TV Bubbles and it was like Supergirl or something, and he was just like roasting it because it does look bad. It looks CW, and when I say it looks CW, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So I think it's fair to say it's impossible for it to look CW with $465 million. That's a lot. But along with this series, Amazon was working on a Lord of the Rings MMORPG that was going to be linked to the series, but that has been canceled. It was first announced in 2019, but I'm pretty sure because it's this is an old thing we touched upon as well, where you would get games linked to movies. I'm trying to think of one that's linked to a series that's not animated. I can't think of one right now that's not animated or anime. So that's a little tough. And in an MMORPG, even though there's a bunch of them out there, those games are usually made to last. There's shout outs to Final Fantasy 14 that is still, or 15, whatever it is, that is still putting out content, and that fan base is diehard and they still log in and play every single day. So an MMORPG revolved around Lord of the Rings series sounds good, but the fact that it's attached to the series also doesn't sound that great. What if the show sucks? Maybe all of this came into account when they decided to can it. Now, if the I don't know, I'm trying to think if would you guys play the Amazon not canceled, but would you guys play the Amazon Lord of the Rings RPG? I don't know. Leave in the comments down below if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not, slide in our DMs with the answer. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I guess depending on the quality and how good the show is, then if I would like to explore that world through a video game form as well, then yeah. But I think I like, because for the most part, the Lord of the Rings movies, that even the ones that were attached to the movies, what is it? Is it the Two Towers, the one for the GameCube that me and Bubbles played? It was a turn-based RPG as well. And that could be 2 players, I think. I could be making all this up. Those are fairly good. Those are really good. When I say shitty games that are attached to the movies, I'm not talking about that one, and that's a rarity. Like the Harry Potter ones were kind of caca. They usually try to make like dungeon crawler games attached to that. Fucking Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer was caca. There's a bunch of them. I would say 80% of them are caca. And there's a bunch of them that still getting got to play, but that was turned out to be caca. The one that always escaped me was the Aragon one for the 360. Bubbles and I were always chasing that one. It was a co-op, running around, hit people and shit. But for the most part, all those games are caca. But not the one I'm thinking of. I think it's the Two Towers. That one was really good. That one was really, really good. We liked that one a lot. So I'm just curious of what this could have been. I would like to see like maybe later on there'll be. I doubt there's going to be an Amazon hack wherever where a bunch of information comes out, but maybe they release in a couple years or whatever in an interview prototypes or pictures, screenshots of what it would look like. I'm curious. But I'm digging these Lord of the Ring games now, like the Gollum one seems very interesting. Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War are fantastic. I would like more of that. I'm hoping that the Gollum one lives up to that. I like those better. Let's use the video games to explore different characters other than Frodo and his clan. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, we'll see. We'll check it out. Wills, check it out. All right, I already got through all that. All right, before I head over to trailer talk, I forgot to do the call to action, which is if you guys are watching this on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not listening to YouTube, shout outs to Belgium. Thanks for listening. Please leave a rating review to help out the show. Also, newly and polished right there over there on the Facebook. We got a Facebook page where I'm going to start using it as a behind the scenes of what we're going to kind of talk about. I'm going to be posting the big trailers and stuff over there where you guys can comment and then possibly read your comments out here on the Facebook, on the fucking pod, and interact and all that good stuff. It's Geeks, Flicks, and Joysticks over there. Also Geeks, Flicks, and Joysticks on the Instagram. You can follow me personally at Enterprises, Paurizas on all of those. My ghostly friend Jafel91, Felix, and the missing bubble Alex_Mac 211. Without all that said, let's get into trailer talk. Alrighty. Okay, so we had a indie world done this week. The takeaways, I mean, all these indie worlds, some of them look good, some of them look like cell phone games literally, but the big one, they even left it for the end, was Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals. This is 5 years after the events of Oxenfree. Riley returns to her hometown of Kamena to investigate mysterious radio signals. What she finds is more than she bargained for. I literally tried to play this game on the Game Pass. It's still escaping me because I've heard so much about it, how wonderful it is. The little bit I got to play, it kept crashing on the Game Pass for me, which is weird. I've never experienced a game crashing on the game. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but it kept crashing. So I haven't been able to finish it. You can find the first one cheap, probably like $3 every now and then. They go on sale. So I am lost as to, no pun intended, Lost Signals. I am lost as to the story, but I do want to dive into this world. From what I know, the first one was like a group of kids just hanging out on at a beach, and they chilling, and they got a little radio, and they start to get static, and then alien shit I think happens, or dimensions or stuff happens. But Oxenfree 2, what we're talking about right now, was showed on the Indie World Showcase, and it looks fairly similar. Obviously, it's been, time since the original happened, so it looks polished, it looks nice, it looks much better. Same kind of gameplay for what I can tell. I'm curious. This is going to be huge. I feel like this is going to be great. 2016, so 5 years since the first one. A lot of people have been waiting for it, so I'm happy for them. Again, hopefully by this looking good, shines light on the original. A lot of people go back and play the original, which is what I'm going to do. Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals. And it's a short game. I think it was like, you beat it in 3 hours. It was one of those palate cleansers after you like shooting zombies and running around and doing, or a long, RPG. I like to sprinkle these as a palate cleanser. So I'm down. Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals. That was really the highlight for me for the indie world. All of it really, really, really doesn't look fun. They did show some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge gameplay, but it's nothing that we didn't see before, really. You get the taste of it from the trailer. Okay. You do you, Nintendo. You all good. But let's move on to a showcase that showed a little bit more, and that is the Resident Evil showcase. So what happened in the D1, just the takeaways, because it was a 20-minute showcase. They showed another trailer for Resident Evil Village, of course. This game looks great, man. This looks fantastic. A lot of people a lot of people crazy about this franchise. I'm slowly becoming one of them. I was like a late fan. Not really. I think I hopped on the bandwagon around 4, which where I think a lot of people did. Which 4 is getting re-released in VR for the Oculus, partnered with Facebook, which is kind of sketchy now, but still, looks great. It makes sense, all the sense in the world. Re-release it in another platform. It looks good. It looks hella fun. There's a bunch of moments there that would be dope experiences in VR. So that makes all the kind of sense in the world. They did talk about a timed demo and all these other demos, and it was kind of confusing. I don't understand what the hell. They put up a thing like, for 8 hours you can play the demo for 30 minutes, and then you got an hour and you can either explore the castle or explore outside, or you can spend a whole hour in the castle, or you can spend the whole hour. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, homie? Anyway, it's a timed demo on PlayStation 5 and 4 owners will be able to get a chance to play it early access and all this other stuff. There's a picture I'll put up on the YouTube because it was so confusing. I was like, what the hell? I understand. There was already a demo out. I did not dip my toes in that. I watched a couple people play it. Depending on the game, this is how I use demos. Depending on the game, I use the demos. So if it's a game I have no clue about, that it's not a bleep in my radar whether I'm going to play it or not, that's when I hop into the demos and see, hey, let's see what's good. Let's see how it plays. Does it look like caca? Let's see what's up, right? But when it's something that I definitely know I'm going to play, I'm on the bubbles bandwagon where I don't want to play the demo because it's just going to get me wet for the fucking game and want to play the game, and then I can't play the game because I don't have the game because I'm just playing a demo. And sometimes I play demos and I forgot I play demos. Like I re-downloaded Ghost Runner, which I played that demo and I was like, oh, this shit feels familiar, and I forgot that I had already played that demo. I think I was looking for the Resident Evil demo as well, just to see, but most of the time I download the demos and never even play the demos. I got so many games, screw the demos. And for the demo to come out, I think it was like May 2nd or something, and the game comes out May 7th. I was just wait, just wait. Is it a pre-order for me? It is not, because the last Resident Evil game, as you guys know, Resident Evil 3, that shit burned me. I pre-ordered and everything was on top of it, and it was only 4 hours of gameplay, and my butt still hurts for that one. But I know I would bet my Bitcoin this is like a 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, because they already did, like, their last game 7 was in first person, so they got a lot of experience in doing that in first person. They're messing with Resident Evil 4 in VR, so whatever kinks and problems they had in first person from the seventh one, I don't believe they really had any. But I'm saying, once you make a game in a different perspective or a different genre, you start to gain experience, just like you do with everything in life. So I'm a bet it's gonna be in Game of the Year conversation, even though I can't think of a whole lot. Well, unless God of War comes out this year, which I don't think it will. Even if Horizon comes out, which I don't think it will, I can bet this is going to be at least nominated. But I just don't jump in the gaming pools like that anymore. Last year burned me hard. I think, like, with everything I bought last year, pre-ordered and everything, and was on top of it, burned me, you know? And the one thing I didn't, Ghost of Tsushima, was probably my favorite games last year. Anyway, but back to the showcase. They talked about the time demos, and they talked about also a little something that's returning that a lot of people love. They made a whole damn game from it, for God's sakes. And this is Mercenaries. Mercenaries, for y'all who don't know, is a game mode where you run around certain levels and shoot zombies with times and multipliers and all that kind of stuff, and points, and rack up points and do all that kind of stuff. So it's an extra game mode that Resident Evil fans love. They fucking love Village. I mean, they're going to love Village, but they love Mercenaries as well. They had a whole damn extra spin-off game for the 3DS. They also talked about the shop guy, which is a new fat fuck. Shout outs to fat fucks. Shout outs to the fat fucks. We like fat fucks. Mercenaries. Customize. I mean, it's gonna be fantastic, man. It's gonna be great. We're now in the period where I am concerned with the difference of consoles. Is it going to perform the same or as good on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as it's going to perform with the new consoles? All this kind of stuff does concern me. We'll see. Usually, like, there is a dip in performance for the first few games that do come out like that. But it also depends on the studio. I didn't feel a huge dip. Well, I haven't played it, but I don't think, like, I don't know. I don't know if there's much difference. I'm thinking of Spider-Man Miles Morales. If there was a huge dip, like I didn't experience glitches. I didn't experience none of that. I did experience glitches and stuff. It was really buggy on the two Ubisoft games, Watch Dogs Legion and Assassin's Creed Bocol. There was glitches, and it wasn't until like a month or two after, because that is a 100-hour game, which I did platinum. Yay for me. Pause for applause. Audio listeners won't get that. But yeah, my stupid ass forgot where I was going with that. Hold on, your boy Stupido. Give me Sanke. Yeah, Resident Evil. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Pendejo. I literally blanked of what the fuck I was gonna say. Hold on. Yeah, pause fucking out. Yeah. I guess the difference is, it was all buggy. So they had a couple months to fix it. And once they did, it became a way better game. So that's another thing too with buying and pre-ordering, that they don't know how it's going to perform straight out of the gate. And when you're playing it straight out of the gate, it's a whole different game once you get it a couple months down the line, because they have time to polish it and put out bugs and other stuff. That's why I say if you wait a year or two after a game releases, you're playing the best version of that game. You're never playing the best version of the game straight out of the gate. It does depend on the studio. There's a handful of studios that I do trust. And Capcom with the Resident Evils is becoming one of those studios out of the seed. Naughty Dog with The Last of Us and God of Wars and Uncharted's. Insomniac with Spider-Man. I'm starting to trust them more and more and more. Even though you should, Ubisoft, but they have had a lot of struggles with video games out the gate. And I would have said Square Enix if it wasn't for the problems they've been having with Outriders, with the servers and all that. So that took a little dip, but still, Mercenaries, very, very cool. Other than Mercenaries, there was a lot of congratulations going on because Resident Evil was turning 25 years, I think, and a hand of other details. But the one that the last one that stood out to me was they showed the trailer for Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. This is a Netflix series, mini-series that's coming, full-blown animation. So federal agent Leon S. Kennedy teams up with Terra Save staff member Claire Redfield to investigate a zombie outbreak based on the popular video game series of the same name by Capcom. I'm trying to remember what it said. I think it said it was 2 years after the events of Resident Evil 4, or no, 2 years after the events of Raccoon City. I think because he is running around the White House, and the president at this time is the dad of the fucking pendeja esta. You know who I'm talking about. Leon, hell, that bitch. So it could be before. I think it's before Resident Evil 4. Either way, I'm watching. The animation looks, it looks different from what Netflix has been putting out. It's CGI opposed to like anime. It is really good. The trailer just shows Claire giving Leon a picture of what a little kid drew with zombies, and they're like reminiscing of what happened in, not reminiscing, but like concerned because they have gone through this experience before in Raccoon City, per the events of the second game. It looks really good. It looks the animation looks fluid. Like I said, it's CGI. I'm 100% down. We've been waiting for this. What was the release date? I think it was June something. Whatever. Yeah, June something. We watching. Definitely expect a review on what you're doing for that. Fantastic. That basically closed out the Resident Evil showcase. But let's stick with the scary shit. This next trailer coming from Netflix. It's a series for it's a trailer for the third season of a series called Haunted. I don't know why it's rated so low on IMDb. The fuck? Haunted. So Haunted is a chilling glimpse into the first person accounts from people who have witnessed horrifying, peculiar, extraordinary, supernatural events and other unexplained phenomena that continue to haunt them. So it's half and half the people who experience these events giving their side of the story, and half reenactments. The CGI and the CGI and all this stuff. There's a hint of CW there. It's not fantastic. It's not the greatest ever, but that's not what's taking center stage here. What takes center stage is the stories, what happens and all that stuff. But for the most part, it's pretty scary. It's pretty holy shit. You get to think about it. Some of them, because I am kind of a skeptic, that's not a challenge for all the ghosts and shit to come out here and fuck with me. That is just because I haven't really experienced horrifying shit. But I'm not calling Felix a liar either. I know he's experienced a lot of shit. I'm not summoning anybody to come and fuck with me. I'm just saying, there could be other logical explanations for shit, but Felix has told stories on this podcast and other places was like, hell no, that's not, I can't explain that shit. But, and seeing isn't believing necessarily. It's just, there's a part of my brain that goes, okay, what's the logic in this? What's the logical explanation for this? What happened actually? So when an episode ends, I'm like, I don't trust that lady. It looks weird. Yeah. So there's 3 seasons on this. Funny they didn't count the other season that I'm going to actually review for y'all right here. Some of them are great. Some of them are okay. But what I just mentioned I'm going to review for y'all real quick is that there was a Latin America version on this that recently came out this past week on Netflix. I think it's just called Haunted Latin America. So it's all in Spanish. It takes place in Mexico, Colombia. That was about it. And it was 5 stories, like I said, where the people are telling their stories in a room, creepy ass room with candles and shit, to their friends and family. Some of them were partaking in the event. Some of them were just like living with them and there for emotional support. The first one was a haunted house, and the house was fucking with the lady. And the first thing that comes to my mind when this kind of stuff happens is like, move, just move. And in some cases, like some other ones during the same season, they were attracting this spirit, which wasn't necessarily a bad one. This was this is the 3rd episode of a haunted cop who in some instances saved his life, which is pretty crazy. So he has an emotional attachment now to the ghost, which he was initially scared of, but now the ghost kind of saved his life in a gunfight. That was pretty wild. There's a creepy ass doll possessed by a pervy old man. Those are not cool combos to have. Fuck dolls. Dolls are creepy as fuck. No. I forget who I was in the house. I forget who, one of my mom's friends or an auntie or something. She had a bunch of creepy ass dolls. And she was like, oh, would you like to spend the night? I'm like, fuck no. I'll go home. Look at fucking Mimi and Amy and these bitches looking at me while I sleep. Fuck no. Like children toys and that kind of stuff somehow in different creepy ass setting. Those are like the creepiest shit. So this episode is about a little doll that this lady was enamored with. She couldn't like get rid of the fucking doll. If my kid is like Mom, the doll's fucking creepy. I'll get rid of it. But no, she was like attached to the doll. And like I said, it was possessed by a pervy old man. I'm not really spoiling that because you need to watch it and experience what the hell is happening. But yeah, no. This other one was this young man, and this guy committed suicide. Hold on, man. Ah! Ladies and gentlemen, Bubbles, as I'm giving my review of fucking Haunted, this bitch comes in and scares the shit out of me. Ah!
What's up, everybody?
Hold on, let me get you a mic and shit.
I thought you heard me coming.
No, I'm going to pause to set Bubbles up. We'll be right back with more Geeks and Joysticks. Holy shit.
I thought you heard me.
All right, so we got a special guest. This was unplanned. I didn't think this fool was gonna do that, but espérame, güey, la verga, te pasaste de verga, güey. My heart hurts. I need pills. Dude,
Your pants good?
No, you know I have a heart condition, right?
Fake news.
Pasaste de verga. I was in the middle of reviewing Haunted Latin America, bro.
Oh.
I was talking about which one I was talking about the apartment, the guy that suicide and killed himself. Second to last episode. That one was kind of whack. The best part of that episode is the guy's girlfriend. The last episode is the gay guy and the wolf, because he came out to party in spring break, Semana Santa, and that's a big thing. What you thought about Haunted Latin America? Because we did watch this one together.
It was alright. It wasn't as silly or ridiculous. If you watch it at night, it's even more scarier.
Mm-hmm.
It leaves you thinking.
What? Like whether or not they're lying?
About spirits and shit.
Oh.
Ghost. Paranormal activity.
You believe in that shit?
Sometimes.
Don't look at yourself there, homie. Look over here.
Oh.
No, not at yourself. Stop looking at yourself.
Where do I look?
In the deal.
That's what I'm doing.
No, you're not.
That's my eye. My other eye is tricking you.
Oh, shit. The reason why I was in the middle of reviewing that bitch is because a trailer for season 3 Haunted came out, Bobbles. And I just showed you everything right now. So what you thought about the trailer for Haunted season 3?
It looked more.
It don't deserve this score.
4.6?
No.
Out of what?
Out of 10.
Ooh.
Bacchanal? People be wilding. Unless we wilding, which is possible.
I'd give it a 7.
Right? It's not bad.
This season looks more dramatic. Like they have more budget. I don't know. More.
Mm-hmm.
It looked more spruced.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not wet for it, but
no,
it's nice to have it.
You're not wet because we just watched the Latin America one, so it just kind of filled your hole.
Maybe.
I'm low key wet for it. I'm hella racist towards Mexican shit, so I don't consume any of that media. I automatically like a fuchi for some reason, and I watched the whole thing and I enjoyed it. It was dope. They're short. Just the Latin America one was 5 episodes. This one might be 6. It's a good show. If you're into the creepy stuff, you like to get scared, because there are real events. You know what I'm saying?
Scary.
Has any scary shit happened to you?
Just the guy that I told you that we saw on the road. That was kind of scary. I mean,
but again, I look for the logical explanation and things could just be a guy.
There isn't, because it was late as fuck, like fucking late, probably like 3 or 2 in the morning.
Okay, could there be houses?
There's we're in the middle of nowhere. It's like almost like a jungle, if you like. I don't know. It was fucking weird.
Could it be a hobo guy that lives in the jungle?
He didn't look homeless though. He kind of looked like a farmer. People just standing right at the edge of this fucking street and looked hella white.
He looked white?
Yeah. Like staring to nothing. I don't know.
Meth?
And the thing is that we were 2 cars. Like we were in the front and the other group was in the back, and we only saw him. The other car didn't.
Now, if he appeared in the backseat of your car as a
That's
hitchhiker,
different.
that's different. But if it was just like a methed out white tourist guy that got crazy one night and just walking around the street at 2 o'clock in the morning, that's my logical explanation. I don't know.
Could be.
Let's keep it moving along, Bubbles, in the Trader Talks. The next movie is a sequel to The Hitman's Bodyguard. This one's entitled The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. So the bodyguard, Michael Bryce, continues his friendship with assassin Darius Kincaid as they try to save Darius' wife, Sonia. The cast is pretty dope. We got Ryan Reynolds reprising his role. We got Frank Grillo, Samuel L. Jackson reprising his role. We got top 10 Mija of all time, Salma Hayek, reprising the role of, don't make a face, I'll backhand you, Samuel L. Jackson's wife. Morgan Freeman as well is running around. Torio Bandolero is running around in this movie. Antonio Banderas. You didn't see The Hitman's Bodyguard, eh?
No.
Me neither.
I didn't know this was a second part.
Yeah, it is. Ryan Reynolds is the bodyguard to Samuel L. Jackson, who is a hitman. Therefore, the title, Hitman's Bodyguard. You understand? Mm-hmm. So, in the D1, Ryan Reynolds is like, I retired, I'm out of here, I'm done. And then he gets pulled back in, as you always do, with Big Titty Salma coming to like, come on and save me. And then at one point, he's driving a motorcycle and his face and her titties. That nice. This made me want to watch the first movie. The first movie escaped me. I didn't really care. Like, there was a lot of press for it. I did see it all over the place, but it was just like, I think reviews were like, whatever. But this made me want to watch it because there was a lot of pew-pews and boom-booms. But then again, I'm a white cisgender male, and that's the shit we like. You down for The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, Bubbles?
Probably not. No, I don't like Salma. I don't like her acting. I don't believe it.
You don't like Salma?
No.
Fuck wrong with you?
I don't like her acting.
What the fuck wrong with you?
I don't believe it. Maybe it's her accent. I don't know.
You don't believe it?
No.
You better believe she's fine as fuck, man. The poster says killer threesome. The movie has a hint of Ryan Reynolds all over it. Like, it's fun. Like, it's his comedy. Whenever he's in something, it makes me feel that he's in the production. Like, he has something to do with the writing and all that kind of stuff. Because all of his stuff is pretty similar, no?
Yeah.
Or is it the way he delivers it? It's just his style.
Maybe it's the way he acts. He just acts as himself, maybe. I don't know him, but...
That's fair. Is he still fine? Oh, you never liked him, huh?
What?
You never liked him.
I mean, he's not on the top 10. I mean, he's alright. He'll get it. I mean, I ain't gonna complain.
Yeah, you're throwing Ryan Reynolds a bone, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. He could get it.
Like, it'd be nice. Like, I'm sure he'll make me laugh in our dates and stuff.
Yeah, he's great. He's great in interviews. He's fantastic.
He knows Pikachu.
He knows he is Pikachu.
No.
Yeah.
He was
Pikachu. Ew. Why did it sound like you were drinking something you weren't? You were slurping up your baba. You gross. Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Because I need to go back and watch the first one, and that's like, okay, well, but I will because this one looked that good.
I don't feel like the first one's going to be as funny. Is it supposed to be funny?
It's supposed to be Ryan Reynolds funny. Pew-pews and boom-booms.
Oh, he's in the first one too?
Yeah, the first one is him and Samuel L. Jackson. He's
okay.
protecting Samuel L. Jackson, who is a hitman.
Oh, okay.
He's running around shooting people. I don't think it's on Netflix, is it? I need to look for it. I'll find it. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. I'm down. You're not down, Bubbles?
No.
Okay. Let's move on to something that I'm pretty sure you're not going to be down either. The Army of the Dead. No, there's no the. Army of the Dead. Following a zombie outbreak in Las Vegas, a group of mercenaries take the ultimate gamble, venturing into the quarantine zone to pull off the greatest heist ever attempted. This is written and directed by Zack Snyder.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, we've heard of him. Starred Ana de la Reguera, Hiroyuki Sanada, he's an OG, Dave Bautista, Ella Purnell, Michael Cassidy, Theo Rossi. Is that her though? I thought it was somebody else. Oh, Ana de la Reguera. I always confuse her. She was in Nacho Libre. I always confuse her with Paz Vega. I thought it was Paz Vega, but no. Nah, she fine too. They're all fine. They're the finest. It was a series? I didn't know. So they're basically this group of mercenaries are getting back together to break into Vegas where it's all quarantined with zombies and shit to hit a bank. But the kicker is these zombies are smarter, faster, more durable. They dodge and shit. They run. They know they're more organized. And then there's a zombie tiger. It looks pretty great. I'm annoyed by Zack Snyder now.
Why?
He just got on my nerves with the whole fucking Snyder Cut thing.
He did a good job.
Even to the point where he had to come out and say that there will be no Snyder Cut for this movie. There's no other cuts of the movie. I didn't have to fight them. It was the opposite. You don't have to see the bastardized version. You get just to see the awesome version first. That's a shots fired to Joss Whedon. This is via Kirsten Acuna. Could be Acuna. That was a quote from Zack Snyder. So now we're going to be expecting a different version of every movie now. That's why I don't like it. He fucked us. And he's already interested in making a sequel. This is be coming for Netflix. Let's see how this does.
You don't look Netflix.
It look good. It looked like hot budget quality.
Yeah.
Look dope. You're not a huge zombie guy.
No.
But did this look good enough for you to check it out?
It did.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm shook.
It didn't look as silly as the other ones. There's something different about it. Maybe because the zombies look more menacing, I guess. Or they're not like that dumb. I don't know. It looked like... It started weird. I thought it was going to be like some sort of drama.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turned into this shit show.
Well, that's why they always do it. One more job. But the job is in Vegas with all the zombies.
I would watch it.
I like that twist of fast zombies, smart zombies, because we're tired of the slow, dumb zombies. So what's the opposite of slow, dumb zombies? Smart, fast zombies. That makes all the kind of sense in the world. I don't dislike Zack Snyder per se. I'm just right now at the moment, I'm just annoyed by him, and I know during the circumstances I couldn't and whatever. This does look very good. Obviously, you see zombies in casinos. The first thing that comes to mind is the fucking game, the Capcom. I can't think of it right now. Why you say as if you know what the fuck I'm talking about?
I did have the name on my fucking tip of the tongue.
Dead Rising.
Say it.
Dead Rising 2. That's the first thing that comes to my mind when I see zombies in casinos. I'm all about it. Hopefully it's successful and it's great and we get a sequel and all that good shit. The poster looks fun. I love Dave Bautista. Put him in more shit. Hashtag my Marcus Phoenix for the fucking movie. Great. This looks fantastic. Looks like tons of fun bubbles.
Yeah.
Releasing May 21st.
There's a hot guy. Yeah.
You think he's a hot guy?
No, there's a hot guy.
Hot guy?
Yeah.
Hiroyuki Sanada?
No.
AKA Scorpion? I think he plays Scorpion.
No, not him.
Okay, who is it now?
Pedro.
It's got to be the Mexican, right? Oh, Tig, the comedian. She's running around in there.
She's probably a zombie.
No, she had a cigar in her mouth.
Oh, he's hot too.
Amari Hardwick, yes, he's in Kick Ass. I think he's in Dark Knight.
German.
Oh, there. Why did I click on Matthias Schlesinger? That's not the Mexican guy. It's obviously Raul Castillo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if he has the IMDb. Little Fish, Knives Out. I remember him in Knives Out. I don't think we ever seen him, Bubbles.
What do you mean?
Looking. Yeah, that gay show. Looking. That's why we recognize him. Sorry, y'all. I had to scratch that itch because I've seen that fool before and I just didn't know where he was. I know y'all don't give a fuck about. Let's move on to something that I think y'all give a fuck about. I know someone doesn't. I kind of don't either, but fuck it. Trailer. The official trailer. Last time we talked about it was a fucking teaser, but it showed us more than it did this time. For F9. Not a keyboard. Not a key on your keyboard. This is the title for the next installment of the Fast and Furious franchise. Fast 9. Cypher enlists the help of Jacob, Dom's younger brother, to take revenge on Dom and his team. F9. That's all it's called. not fast no more. They took out the Fast and Furious because they're obviously not racing fucking cars anymore. So why even talk? Why? Amber Sienna? Who the hell? Why is she in the fucking top of the highway? This is giving me more of a Hobbs and Shaw vibe than Fast and Furious, but the cast is extensive. Michael Rooker, Charlize Theron, obviously Vin Diesel, Helen Mirren, Michelle Rodriguez, John Cena.
And his name is John Cena.
Anna Brewster. Nathalie Emmanuel, Mija from Game of Thrones. Mija. I can't remember if she was in the last one. She's fine as hell. Her gimmick is she can't drive in this one.
Because she's a woman?
I don't know. Sung Kang, Jim Patrick, Tyrese Gibson, Boo, Luda. Everybody comes back except Lil Bow Wow. Oh no, I said that and he is right here in the fucking thinky ass Twinkie.
Twinkie.
I guess everybody comes back.
Ooh.
Shout outs to El Pinche Mentiroso del Bow Wows.
Oh,
Cardi B, homie.
Word.
She's right here in the fucking IMDb.
Iggy's not coming back?
Nah.
Oh.
Cardi B replaced her in music and in everything. Anyway, this is a long ass cast. Anyway, what you thought about family?
I feel like Fast and Furious has drifted so far away from where it started.
Good one.
It's a shit show. It's crazy. It's Saints Row. It's shenanigans. I feel like pretty soon they're gonna do a crossover with Transformers.
Pause. Funny you say that because they're not ruling out a crossover with Jurassic World.
Okay.
I don't know why Jurassic World or dinosaurs. I guess there were talks of them going to space and Transformers makes more sense, but F9 director won't rule out a Jurassic World crossover. Along with the new trainer for the 9th installment of the Fast and Furious franchise called F9, director Justin Lin attended a virtual press conference where he entertained the idea of the franchise crossing over to Jurassic World. That's just weird to me. That don't make no damn sense. Transformers makes all the sense in the world. Also, Fast 9, which some people are calling it Fast 9, some people call it F9. F stands for fast. I don't know. I'm so confused. It's part of a trilogy that will conclude the mainline franchise. This is the first of 3 movies that will conclude the series as a whole. Whether or not there's going to be other spin-offs and other shit, I don't know. As much as these movies are dumb and shit, they make all the money. They're making all the fucking money. And back to your point, Bubbles, it is insane and stupid. And I wonder if they're like, when they get together to write this shit, is like, what's stupid? Let's drive off the cliff in a fucking plane and gonna catch the car. Like, what? What? No way. Like, no. It's stupid, but I'm watching though. I don't know why. I know you're not. You didn't watch the last one?
I did.
Did you?
I think so.
On purpose?
I don't remember.
Were you on a date and you were busy?
I don't remember. Didn't you watch it with you? No, that was just Hobbs.
I watched it. Yeah, I watched this one reluctantly with Felix. I was out of the movie when Iggy Azalea popped out to count 3, 2, 1, and that's in the beginning of the movie. So I checked out from there.
That's not the last one.
Yeah.
No.
Aren't they in Miami or whatever?
The one with Iggy?
Yeah.
That's not the last one.
Wasn't
there like 5 after that?
No, isn't it 8?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
No.
Okay. She's in a fucking Fast movie.
I would watch it.
Really?
Yeah.
There's nothing about this movie that seems that you would be interested in.
I mean, Cardi's in there for a minute.
But you didn't know that till the last 5 minutes when I said it.
I like cars in action.
Do you?
Guns.
I didn't see much cars either. You get Helen Mirren drifting a motherfucker up in London.
I mean, it's a shit show. It's a bunch of explosions and guns and menses. So,
okay.
Sure, why not?
All right.
I'm not wet for it.
No.
And I'm not asking for more. But if it's there, it's like when you go to the buffet and there's something you always have, but it's there and it's free. So it's like, okay, whatever.
You'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
But this is like a chocolate cake with another chocolate cake and all the kind of cakes on top of the chocolate cake, that you can't even see the chocolate cake no more. That's what this is. You like John Cena? He's a perfect fit. Like it's obvious that they get two of the top wrestlers of all time to join the franchises.
Makes sense. I don't think he's a good actor, per se.
I mean, he's pretty good.
Is he?
This is the most serious, and this is weird to say. This seems like to be the most serious role he's been, because even in the Suicide Squad, the Patriot, he's kind of strict, and that's kind of what John Cena is. Kind of like a stick up his ass a little bit. He started off in the WWE as a cholo, which is weird now to look back at, and like because now he's all the military guy, and like he went through so many phases during the WWE, but all the same guy. This is like super, super serious. I'm gonna kill Tom in the or whatever the fuck, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the Patriot still is more John Cena than I feel this is. But I think he's good. Like it makes sense. They had The Rock in the franchise, but him and Vin Diesel weren't getting along. Do you know that Vin Diesel was counting the punches in fights?
What do you mean?
Like a kid. Like, you hit me 30 times, I have to hit you another 4 times because you hit me 30 times. Like, they have a fight count. Like,
why?
Like little kids, because he doesn't want to shine. He doesn't want to lose, or he doesn't want to fork over dominance or whatever. He doesn't want to appear weak, which is very, very WWE. Which is very, very wrestling of them, you know, to be considering like that. Oh, I don't want to lose or whatever the fuck. I can't take that pin. I can't take that bump. It's just very kind of, yeah. It's kind of whatever.
I mean,
it's ridiculous.
I don't think people would think highly or lesser. I mean, what the fuck? I didn't even notice that.
What?
Like the punches?
Yes, he counts the punches. This was reported sometime last year during Hobbs and Shaw. There were just disagreements. Like they disliked each other to the point where they were in a movie together, but they didn't shoot any of the scenes together.
Who do you like better?
I like The Rock better. I was never a Vin Diesel fan. Like, my favorite Vin Diesel movie is probably The Pacifier.
Mine too.
And that's kind of saying something. Because, I mean, him as Groot doesn't really count. Groot. I could do Groot. I am Groot. It's fucking whatever.
Anyone can do Groot.
Anybody could do Groot. So I didn't even know it was Vin Diesel until the second movie. I don't know. I just feel like Vin Diesel's kind of full of himself a little bit. You've heard any of his music?
No.
Yeah.
Music?
Yeah. He's got music. And he's like, thinking is like the hottest shit ever.
Oh my God.
Have you seen any of his insties and shit?
No, I don't follow him.
He's like, he's like trying to become Dom and like I think all he owns is tank tops.
Okay.
And cut off sleeves. And that's like, all his videos are like, we're dropping out the music and I'm so happy. Can't wait for you guys to hear it.
It's new music?
New music, yeah.
Jesus.
And he like blinks real slow and shit. He's like, I think it's gonna be great. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. It's gonna be great.
Lie for a minute, but if you stick around, I'll play some more music for you.
That's every single Vin Diesel story.
You follow him?
No. I follow somebody else that follows him and they make fun of him all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. Helen Mirren is probably the most terrifying cast member in the whole thing. I'd be more scared of Helen Mirren than anybody else in this movie.
Wow.
Including John Cena. Helen Mirren will fuck you up, son.
What?
Helen Mirren, dog.
Okay.
Hell yeah. I can't believe you're going to watch this movie. I thought you were going to tell me, fuck no.
I mean, I've seen most of them, I think.
Damn.
I'm invested already.
Are you? Have you seen them all? I think I've seen them all.
I'm not sure. I think if I've seen the one, I've seen most of them.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Now because they've changed so much.
I feel like you
They're
can
not
jump
racing
in
anymore.
whatever you left and it's like, all right.
I mean, it's not rocket science, way. Like, it's all about family. Always and forever is going to be about family. And John Cena's like, why you abandon me, son? You can't see. And the Diesel's like, I couldn't see you, dog. That'd have been great. But he didn't say that. Family. All right, Bubba, let's get to the last trailer, only because I wasn't going to put it last because it's really sad, but it's going to bleed into the final topic of La Semana. This is going to be on Netflix, and it's a Chadwick Boseman portrait of an artist. So Netflix is paying tribute to the star that has become their Oscar frontrunner with a moving special that invites Chadwick Boseman's co-stars, friends, and colleagues to mourn the irreplaceable actor and remember his craft. Viola Davis, Denzel Washington, Spike Lee, George C. Wolfe, Bradford Marsalis, Felicia Rashad, and more appear in the star-studded special Chadwick Boseman Portrait of an Artist. It's coming to Netflix May something. I forgot the date. Will you be watching this, Bubbles? This is what I wanted from the Disney Plus thingy. It was just a 2020 whatever bullshit. I wasn't into that.
No, I don't think I would be watching.
No.
Damn. I didn't really watched much of his stuff other than Wakanda and
that's fair.
And the Black Lady thing.
You watch Ma Rainey's?
Yeah.
Black Bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for bringing that one up because I think he's already won an Oscar. They gave him, I know he was nominated. I'm not paying attention to the Oscars at all because it's all a bunch of bullshit. But I think he won for that role that he did.
It was good.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It was fucking great. And I called it. It was pretty obvious to me. But what's bleeding into the conversation, hold on. I'm gonna watch this because I have become Chadwick Boseman fan in recent years. I'm in the position where I'm going back to watch all his shit. Like you, I've seen him here and there with the Jackie Robinson movie and a couple other ones before Black Panther. But once Black Panther hit, I was like, oh my god, he's my favorite. It became my favorite. And now that he's gone, it's like, fuck. Go back and watch all of his work and you start to realize how dope he is. There's a bunch of his stuff on YouTube. On fucking Netflix. Thurgood Marshall and he plays him in Marshall and a handful of other things. He was only 43, Bubbles. I still remember when you told me. I could not fucking believe it. It was fucking sad as hell.
I told you.
Yeah.
I broke the news.
You broke the news to me. We were literally finishing up recording and you told me Black Panther died. I'm like, stupid ass Bubbles. You done, Bubbles. You well done, Bubbles. You're like, no, fool, he died. I was like, oh, no. The last thing that we're going to be able to hear of him is in the Disney Plus series, What If, where he reprised his role as T'Challa. And in here in the IMDb, he says he voices T'Challa and Star-Lord. So maybe that episode of What If is what if T'Challa was Star-Lord or something like that.
Dope.
Can't wait for that, too. So that will be the last we'll be hearing of him. But I think he won or was nominated for his role as Levy in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Bringing it back to the conversation I was going to ask, do you think that when the Oscars award actors the year they die is like a petty award?
Yeah.
Or do they actually deserve it? And I thought there was more, but upon some clicking on the Googles, Chadwick Boseman will become the 7th actor to win an Oscar the year he passes away. I could only think of 2, which was him and Heath Ledger. It's tough, man. It definitely takes in. You take it in account for the vote, don't you think?
Yeah, a little. He did do a great job on that for that role. So I don't want to take.
Right, you don't want to take anything away
from it. Because it was really good. Then again, I don't know what he was competing against too, so I also can't say nothing about that. But I guess it's nice just to honor it. I know, at the end of the day, it's just an award.
What it is, and it doesn't mean anything. But at the same time, the Academy Awards are one of the few that do mean something. And I would have obviously, because I'm biased and I love him, I would have put my 2 cents in for him to win that award because that performance was so dope. I don't cry in movies, and when he was giving that one speech about his mama being raped and shit, I was like, oh, that little knot right here was going, bro. It was fucking going. I was like, oh, my cabrón. But we go look back at Heath Ledger. He was one of the first. I think he was one of the first to win. I don't know if Jack Nicklaus did. I don't think he did. To win an Oscar as in a superhero movie. But then again, that Joker is regarded as people's favorites, and he did a fantastic job there as well. So I don't want to disrespect anybody or discredit anybody by saying they don't deserve anything. I'm just trying to highlight or question whether or not them passing away has an impact when it comes to awarding these people. I'm not saying they didn't deserve it, because they definitely deserve it, but it's kind of fucked up. I'm just like, why couldn't we praise them when they were alive, man? You know?
I don't know. It's too many people.
What do you mean it's too many people?
There's too many people to praise. They don't know who to praise. So when one dies, it's like, oh.
Okay, now, yeah, it just feels fucked up. It just feels fucked up. It happens does it happen in music?
I think so.
I'm trying to think whether or not it happens in music.
The Grammys. Didn't Amy Winehouse win shit after she died?
Maybe. Because what they usually do is they put out the greatest hits of that artist. And I don't think that wins Grammy. It's kind of cheating. You put out the greatest hits on one CD, and obviously you're going to win. It's cheating. He definitely deserves it, though. I believe.
Sing.
Fucking bubbles. What was I gonna say? Did you like the Joker performance?
On Snyder Cut?
No, not on. We're talking Academy Awards, and you bring up the Snyder Cut Joker from The Dark Knight.
It was good. I mean, I didn't thought it was like mind blowing or.
He's not your favorite Joker, huh?
No.
It's actually Jared Leto, huh?
To start with, I'm not a big fan of Joker at all.
Okay, so your opinion doesn't.
So I don't care one bit.
Okay.
I just think the Jared Leto one looked the coolest.
Okay, that's fair. That's wrong, but it's fair. Who knows? All right, Bubbles. Let's get the fuck up on out of here. If you guys like these videos, like these podcasts, or like anything that we do up here on the channel, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube. If you're listening to this on the fucking like the audio verse, wherever you can find us, please leave a rating and review as well. That was going to boost the ratings on the show and put it in front of more people and establish a dope ass community, which you can interact with mostly on Facebook. We have now a Facebook page, Geeks, Flicks, and Joysticks, over there on the Facebook. I'll be using it as a behind the scenes, posting trailers of what we're going to talk about, news, amongst other things. There's some other things that I posted there this last week, but I did not touch upon because I'm saving it for Bubbles. And if you want to know what the hell I'm talking about, go over there to YouTube, to the fucking Facebook. It is over there. You can follow me personally at Enterprise, Paurazas, on Instagram and Facebook. You can follow Bubbles at Alex_Mac211. You can follow my ghostly friend, Felix Jafel91. Am I missing anything, Miss Bubbles?
No.
Okay, I would like to say good having you back, but you scared the fucking piss out of me. Hopefully we have you for the full episode next week. It's not my favorite thing to do this by myself, but it's fun to talk to you guys regardless. Yeah, short intro. Anything you want to say to the beautiful people, Bubbles?
No.
Really? You haven't been here for 3 weeks and you don't want to say anything to them?
3 weeks, barely?
More. It's probably like 5, actually.
And there's a 6th coming.
You fucking bitch. Oh, just because you already made millions off of me and you go remodel your shit and then you just don't want to show up to work
I haven't
anymore?
received a penny.
You received all of it.
A penny.
I don't want to hear it. Well, it don't look like it, you fat bitch. Say something to the beautiful people, Bubbles. Come on. Bitch.
Comment. Subscribe. You like my shirt?
I regret asking you to say something to the beautiful people. Always and forever, you do you. Bye. There we go.